gosh, can I even get over?
Welcome. Please scan your select from list. Seat. Thank you for shopping at Whole Foods Market.
This week I'm planning to recreate the truffle mushroom pasta that I got from that expensive restaurant called Planta the other week. I really enjoy the flavor of truffle, and even though they did not put the shaved truffle on top of the pasta, I did taste a little truffle, so I feel like they just drizzled truffle oil on the pasta. I didn't buy any produce at the grocery store because yesterday I drove an hour down to my parents' house just to go to the garden to get my produce. And that's my plan for the rest of the time I'm here until I leave on my trip, which hopefully will be sometime in June. But until then, I'm going to that garden, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is a lot of kale. I got a lot of kale, a lot of collards, and a few green onions, and some green leaf lettuce. I thought this was romaine the last time I showed you all. I thought it was romaine, but the neighbor told my mom it was green leaf lettuce. This is going to be the produce that I eat probably for the next entire month and a half. Because why buy produce if I don't have to? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's really what seasonal eating is. I want to try to eat a little bit more seasonally, and when you eat seasonally, you eat a lot of the same stuff over and over. You just have to find different ways to cook it so you don't get too tired of it. And that's a challenge I'm looking forward to when Musa and I have our garden. I'm really looking forward to trying to eat seasonally and trying to be really creative with eating the same produce over and over and over until the next season, and you get to grow new vegetables and new fruits. So kale, collards, green leaf, and green onion, you're going to see a lot of that over the next several weeks. I'm getting better with not spilling it. Just have to be patient. Trash can? The things you start noticing when you live in a vehicle. I noticed a trash can. I noticed an unlocked open dumpster, and I noticed trash cans. And I noticed storm drains to drain my gray water. They excite me. These things. Trash cans, dumpsters, and storm drains. I'm tired, you guys. It's not a trash can. I'm about to go to the library and work for a few hours, and I'm putting my dinner on my dashboard, and I'm gonna let it heat up this way and see how hot it is. I'm very convinced it'll be a perfect temperature to eat once I get back. I'm only gonna be in the library for about 3 hours, so I'm so curious to see. But yeah, it's really hot outside. So I think the heat will do the trick, and I'll have a hot dinner. My food is hot. I did not have to. It looks crazy. It looks gross, but it tastes good. This is a tamarind tofu and creamed corn. I'm about to eat it, but it's very hot, and I did not have to put it in my Hot Logic. I'm so glad I put it on my dashboard while I was in the library. My head is throbbing. All right here. This headache is exhausting me. If you have trouble drinking smoothies with mostly greens, these are collard, and these are collard greens. If you have trouble drinking smoothies that have a ton of greens in them because you don't like the flavor, I found adding some lemon juice or just a thin slice of lemon, seed, peel and all, really helps neutralize the flavor. Minute and 30 seconds. For me, that's the best. Between 1 minute and a minute and 30 seconds always gives me the smoothest smoothie, because I don't like chunks in my smoothie. I'm someone who tries to eat pretty healthy, what I consider healthy for me and not for anyone else. But with most things in my life, I don't want to be a purist, an all or nothing type of person. For me, all or nothing does not work. It just doesn't work. So I recently decided that I want to eat Beyond Sausage weekly. I like it. I've never been into fake meats. I don't like any other fake meat, but I like the sausage for some reason. And usually I would eat it as a treat. 2 or 3 times a year, I would buy 1 or 2 packs of these Beyond sausages and eat them. But recently I decided I want to make them a part of my weekly groceries. Because why not? I'm more of an 80-20 type of person. 80% do the right thing, 20% I don't feel like doing the right thing. I eat so many vegetables every day and fruits and my fava bean tofu. I just feel like I can have a few sausages for breakfast a few days a week. For me, it's easier to stick to healthy eating when I'm not so militant about it. For me, it's easy to stick to most things in life when I'm not so militant about it. So that's how I like to live my life. And I'm gonna eat these sausages every week, a couple days a week, every week, and not feel guilty about it. And I think it's ridiculous that I actually used to feel guilty about it when the majority of what I eat is whole foods. I should not feel guilty about having a couple of sausages a few days a week. It's 1:45 already. I've been up since 7:45. It's 1:45. I feel like I've done nothing. I don't understand how that happens. But I've done things. I went to the gym. I was in the gym for a little over 2 hours. Came back, cooked breakfast. Is that all I've done today? It's filming. It's the filming. The filming made it take longer. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. It's very hot. It's very hot. This is what I wanted to talk about in this video. The realities of van life, because I just got a comment, someone saying, is it hot where you are? Do you really only have a fan to keep you cool? I don't remember the entire comment, but you know who you are. Your comment made me want to talk about the realities of van life, because it's very hot where I am. I responded to the person. I said it's hot and very humid, which makes the heat way worse. And spring has just begun, so it's only gonna get worse. I do hope to start traveling in a month or so, but I'm going west. I'm gonna go a little north, but I don't know if it's gonna be much cooler. And yeah, I told the person it's very hot and all I have is a fan. I do have a couple of things that I want to buy this week or next week to help keep me cool in the van. One of them is a suggestion that I got when I lived in my Buick. People in the comment section left me this suggestion and I thought it was good. They told me I should buy a pet cooling mat. I think that's what it's called. I looked into it back then, but I haven't looked into it since. So I think that's what it's called, a pet cooling mat. So I could put that in my bed and lay on it when I go to sleep, or just put it on the couch maybe when it's in couch mode and sit on it. I don't know. I have to play around with it. When I was looking for portable air conditioners, because so many people ask me, why don't you get a portable air conditioner? I live in a really, really small space. I'm pretty sure I live in less than 40 square feet. Portable air conditioners I don't have the space for them, especially that Zero portable air conditioner that a few van lifers were promoting. That thing is humongous. It looks like it's from the 90s, some big, huge, I don't know. But it just looks very big and old and just not the most functional thing, especially for a small space like mine. And then I've seen on Amazon portable air conditioners that are a little bit smaller, but they're still big. I've seen little boxes that you put ice in and a fan blows the ice. I just don't have the space for any of that. I just don't have the space. But I did see this thing on Amazon, and it looks like a headset that you just, when you have your headphones on and then you take them off and they just hang on your neck. They look like that, but apparently it's like a little air conditioner and it blows out really cool air. It's not just a fan. I believe that the air that it blows out is actually cold air. So those are the two things that I'm planning to try. Nothing too groundbreaking, nothing that's going to, I feel like, significantly change the situation in the spring and the summer. I feel like it's still going to be a very hot spring, a very hot summer. So basically this is still going to be a pretty hot year of van life. But whatever little thing I can do to help cool me off a little bit, I'll do that. So I want to try the pet cooling mat, and I want to try the little air conditioning headset thing, whatever it's called. And of course I will show it to you when I order it and when it arrives, and tell you all what I think in case it's something that you all might want to try. Yeah, I just want to give tips for starting and surviving van life, because it seems like a lot of van lifers are finally starting to be more open and telling the world that this lifestyle isn't really glamorous. And I think that's wonderful. I really feel like people should know that before starting this lifestyle. It's not glamorous, but it can be fun. It's very freeing. And for me personally, I just like not paying rent. I love not paying rent. I love not paying utilities. I was just watching a video of some girl who was saying that she pays around $2,000 a month, and I don't think that includes utilities. And she was saying how she has 300 and something thousand subscribers, and she was talking about how she's struggling with money. That's crazy. I have 20,000 subscribers. My videos get on average like 5,000 views, maybe on a good day 10,000 views. And you know, her audience is so much bigger, and she was talking about how she's struggling financially. And that's crazy to me, because I'm over here like, ooh, life is good. I'm not struggling like I used to. I'm not where I want to be. I'm definitely not where I want to be, but I'm good. It's crazy that I feel like I'm doing better financially than a person who has 330 something thousand subscribers and whose videos get 70,000 views, 100,000 views. But it's all about perspective, and that's something I've learned in life. You don't have to make a lot of money to be financially free. You just don't. The people who make a whole lot more money than us who are not free, they are not free. They are struggling. They are in bondage. So there's definitely benefits to this lifestyle, and I love it despite the hardships, despite how miserable I can be. I'm still 4 years in. I'm still so happy with this choice that I've made. To that person who's about to start van life, be ready. It can be tough. It can be rough, this lifestyle. It can be rough, especially in the summer. Oh my gosh, especially in the summer.
Be scared now. It's inconclusive. What did he say? The bite is not deep enough.
The person who lives in that van is a van lifer. I saw her in her van the other day. I feel like she's new around here. I have not seen her outside of seeing her the other day. I'm still not sure on how I feel when other vehicle dwellers start consistently parking in the areas that I park. But at least it's a woman. This is the first time I've seen a woman. Usually it's men. So that makes me want to move somewhere else. Anyways, yeah. I don't see other van lifers often, so whenever I see them, it stands out to me. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. Oh my gosh. You really have to be patient to live this lifestyle, man. You gotta have patience. Stuff is always breaking. Everything is so much harder than when you're living in a normal house. I go through this I've been going through stuff like this since I lived in the Buick. I just have never shown it to you all. I cry all the time. I just never show it to you all. Partially because it's just never been me to show, you know, what some consider weakness, but also because I get annoying comments. People like, oh, you just seem so unhappy. Why are you doing this life? As if people don't cry and people don't have bad days. I hate stupid comments like that. I cannot stand if I show an ounce of frustration and someone's in the comments like, oh, you just seem so unhappy. You seem so uncomfortable in there. You just really don't seem like you want to do this anymore. The heck? So when I live in a house and I have a bad day and I cry and I get frustrated, do I not want to live in a house anymore? Do I not want to live anymore? Like, the heck kind of stupid comment is that? And it just, you want to be real, but you can't be real. And people want you to be real, but when you show realness, they have so much nonsense to say. And I'm so sick of people who have something to say about everything. Like, if you don't have any positivity to come with, just shut up. Just be quiet, man. Anyways, I'm trying to siphon out my water. I'm not showing myself because I'm not dressed and I don't feel like getting dressed right now. I was in the process of getting dressed. You can see my little bathroom bag right there hanging. I was about to get dressed, but my gray water tank is full, so I have to empty it before I can put any water in there. Otherwise it'll overflow and there'll be a big mess. And I have this siphon right here. It's a siphon, and I started using it a few months ago to siphon out the water out of my gray tank. It's just easier than trying to. For those of you who saw the one video where I had to empty my gray water tank, you saw the process. I have to take almost all of my things out of my cabinet in order to pull out my gray water tank and then go in the grass and dump it. And I get tired of pulling everything out. So I bought a siphon, and I have a little bucket, and I siphon it into the bucket, and then I could just pour the bucket in the grass, and I don't have to empty out my whole cabinet and then put everything back in every 2 to 3 days when I have to empty my gray water tank. But this freaking siphon sucks, man. The siphon keeps, like this part, it keeps, the air won't, I don't know, man. This is supposed to be rounded and you're supposed to be able to squeeze it. And I specifically got a manual siphon so that I wouldn't have issues, because typically things that are automated break and they have issues. So I figured I'll get manual. If there'll be less gadgets, less mechanisms that can break. You know, that was my logic. And it's just, it's frustrating me. This has been happening like the last couple of months with this siphon. This is my final straw. I'm ordering a new one. But this is the first time I have just been this frustrated. I blame everything when I'm on my cycle. I don't know. I really don't know if that's the reason why this is the time that it made me cry and get really pissed off. So obviously I'm about to just take everything out of my cabinet so that I can pull out my gray water tank and dump it the way I used to do back in the day. You absolutely 100% need to have patience in order to survive in this lifestyle. Things break all the time. Didn't I say it in last week's video? What did I say? Oh, the solar. I think it was the solar. And I said, as soon as I fix the solar, something else will break. And guess what? My solar is fixed. My solar is working perfectly now. And now I'm dealing with this siphon and this gray water issue. This is life in general. And it is magnified when you live in a vehicle. Guess what? I got the siphon to work, and now my batteries are dead. I learned patience in this lifestyle. I learned patience. I learned to just let it out and cry, and then find solutions. Alright, I turned my car on. My DC to DC is charging my batteries, and my siphon is working. This is life. other side. And that's it. Deodorant slash toothpaste. Hello. I'm doing a lot better now. What an interesting morning I've had. But honestly, it's not new to me. I've had many mornings like this over the past few years of living this lifestyle. It gets easier. It gets easier, but sometimes you just have to cry it out. As soon as I cried and let it all out, I could think clearly, and that's how I was able to fix the siphon. Well, fix the siphon, because it constantly does that thing that I showed you. It's fixed for now. I also wanted to give you all a few updates on the fridge, because you all have been asking about my fridge or my freezer, because that's the part that wasn't working well. My freezer still does not work the way it's supposed to work, but like I said in the other video, I don't want to spend a ton of money on a more high quality fridge. So I'm going to try some suggestions that you all left me in the comments. Several of you told me to try to make an insulation cover, so I'm going to try to do that. When I bought this fridge, I searched high and low for an insulation cover that would fit it, because with my other fridge, when I lived in my Buick, there was one that was already created for a fridge that size, but I have not been able to find one for a fridge this size. So I'm going to try to make something myself. But the fridge still does have issues. I'm also going to try a suggestion I think Mark Osborne left me. He said to do something in the vents. I have to go back and read his comment, but he told me some things to look for in the vent. I think to clean it out, look at some coils or something like that. I don't remember, so I'll read that comment again. But I'm going to try some of the suggestions that you all left me, and hopefully I won't have to spend any money on a new fridge. And thank you to everyone. Some of you all came through as soon as you heard about my fridge issue. You were like, what can I do? How can I help you? Tell me what to do. And I set up a Cash App, and you all were on it, and you sent me some money on Cash App, and I appreciate you so much. But I'm going to try to do some troubleshooting so that we can all save our money, so that y'all did not play. Y'all were ready to help me out, and that's crazy to me. It still baffles me. Also, an update on my solar. It's working again. It works perfectly fine. It was super easy. Well, nothing is ever easy in van life. For now, it's working just fine. I'm hoping that it'll last, because my goal zero has been, because I've had this goal zero for years and it's been doing just fine. So I'm hoping that it will continue to do fine. All I had to do was go back there, disconnect the cord, and then I just reconnected it, and I made sure it was really, really tight, and then I put the little cover over it, and I've been getting solar ever since. Even today on this cloudy day, I got some solar today. So solar's working just fine. Fridge isn't working as it should be, and I'm gonna try to do some more troubleshooting that you all suggested, and hopefully that will help. Also, with the money that you all gave me on Cash App, I cashed some of it in, but then some of you gave me a little bit more, and I had $50 left. There's another YouTuber and van lifer. Her name is Laura, and Laura has been a supporter of Simple Enough for the longest. She always leaves me the best, most supportive comments, and she's having van troubles. She's similar to me. She's a van lifer. She wants to grow her YouTube channel, and she's just having trouble with things right now. Her van broke down. She is in a living situation that she doesn't enjoy, and I just relate to her so much on those levels. So the $50 that you all gave me on Cash App, I tried to send it to her. I was going to send it straight to her Cash App, but as soon as I did, my Cash App closed. It shut down for some reason, so I have to figure that out, and I'm currently working on getting another Cash App. Yeah, and I just wanted to give her that $50. So I'd like to put a link to her channel in the pinned comment. And if you all were gonna give me super thanks today, maybe you could go over to her channel and give her that super thanks. And I think in her most recent video, it's called Updates on the Channel or something like that. Look for that video, and in her description, I believe she puts her Cash App in the description if you want to Cash App her something, because I can't give her the $50 right now. I don't have a way to give it to her. My Cash App is shut down. So yeah, if you were going to give me a super thanks or Cash App me something on this video, it would be cool if you would give her a little something so that she can get her van fixed. And yeah, Laura, I hope you get everything fixed, and I hope your living situation gets better. I just hope all of your dreams come true one day, and just don't give up. None of you on your dreams, just don't give up. We're all in this together. I say that often, and I'll keep saying it because I just want you all to know, all of us humans are just in this together, trying to survive and and get the life that we want. So yeah, I think those are all of the updates I have. But I think that's really it for most of this video. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny, so I think I'll go ahead and make my truffle pasta tomorrow, and that's probably where I'll end this video on. It's just me making my truffle pasta. So I will probably see you all tomorrow when I'm making the truffle pasta, and I hope you have a wonderful day or evening, and I'll see you next week. I've been trying new pasta recently. The last time I made pasta, I used chickpea pasta, and this time I used cassava pasta, and I'm not liking it. I still prefer my red lentil pasta. So the pasta was a fail. That's why it looks like this. After we taste test this dish, I'm definitely going to go buy some lentil pasta and cook it, and that's what I'm going to eat with this truffle mushroom sauce. When using truffle oil, you don't cook with it. You add it at the very end, in case you didn't know that.